Some breaking news coming in from Mumbai, where a court has issued a non-bailable arrest warrant against former IPL chief Lalit Modi. Let's go across to Tejas Mehta for more on this. Tejas, give us the latest.
Well, that's true. The Mumbai court, which deals with the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, has just given the verdict in the plea made by the Enforcement Directorate that they wanted a non-bailable warrant issued against former IPL chief Lalit Modi. The court has finally gone ahead and granted this non-bailable warrant. What this really means is that it is trouble for Lalit Modi, because then the entire, the next process of getting back Lalit Modi to India really begins. Lalit Modi has been out of the country for the past many years, since 2009, ever since he went to the United Kingdom. And then, of course, there's been that huge Lalit Gate scandal claimed by the opposition. Of course, the government denies it. The allegation, of course, came from the fact that Lalit Modi had been granted, special allowances by the foreign minister, Sushma Swaraj, and that's exactly why the stalemate going on inside the parliament. So now the government can really go ahead and say that, look here, we are going ahead with getting Lalit Modi back. Now, yesterday there were very strong arguments made by the Enforcement Directorate, because the court had asked the question, two questions they first of all asked. Can after 3 years, the case has been filed in 2012. It's 3 years now. Why have you come so late before the court suddenly to ask for a non-bailable warrant? What is the urgency? Why couldn't you get him earlier? All of that had to be explained to the court. The court then also, very vehemently asked the question repeatedly that at this point of time, the Enforcement Directorate is still investigating the case. Lalit Modi is not an accused before this particular court, because the Enforcement Directorate, even after 3 years, has not filed a charge sheet against Lalit Modi, to which Enforcement Directorate lawyers replied that that's exactly what they want to go ahead and do. But the hurdle being at this point of time, the investigation will only be complete if Lalit Modi comes back to India. He can be questioned, because he has a lot of details regarding this particular money laundering act, and that's the reason why they said that he has to be back. We need the court's assistance to get him back to India, and therefore we want the court to issue this non-bailable arrest warrant. Till now, Lalit Modi had only been repeatedly issued summons in this particular case, but the last time he was issued summons just a couple of weeks ago, it went to his lawyers. His lawyers, after 2 days, returned it back, saying that they have not been authorized by Lalit Modi to go ahead and take up this case, and therefore these fresh summons have to be issued to him personally at his residence in the United Kingdom, in London. And therefore the Enforcement Directorate told the court that using 3 methods, they have sent this particular summons. One, through his lawyer; the second, they have posted it; and third, by email also, they sent it to Lalit Modi. Now, Lalit Modi had told them earlier that if any communication has got to be done, he had given an email ID to. On that particular email ID, the Enforcement Directorate told the courts that they had emailed him. That he replied back on that particular email saying, "I am no longer using this. Email me on this particular email ID." That too, the Enforcement Directorate has sent it. So the point Enforcement Directorate is making, that they have exhausted all their the provisions as per law before asking the court for a non-bailable arrest warrant against Lalit Modi, and that's exactly why the court is now convinced that yes, a non-bailable warrant needs to be issued to assist the court in this particular investigation. Now, mind you, this is not regarding the merits or demerits of the case, because the court has not gone into what the investigation was and what exactly is the the merits of the evidence collected by the Enforcement Directorate. Coming back to the case itself, what is the case in this particular case where Lalit Modi is finding himself now a non-bailable arrest warrant against him? In 2000, when he was the IPL commissioner, at that point of time, this is regarding TV rights between WSG and MSM. WSG was given the India rights for 10 years between 2008 and 2017 for the IPL. And then MSM, a Singapore-based company, Sony Entertainment namely, they were given the rights for, they were given the India rights, and WSG was given the world global rights. Now, because of some issues, technical breaches in the contract itself, that was cancelled by the BCCI with the MSM, and then the BCCI alleges that the WSG Mauritius and MSM, that Sony Entertainment, they cut a deal fraudulently with the knowledge of Lalit Modi, and therefore there was a facilitation fee of $80 million. That's about 450 crore rupees, which should have actually come to the BCCI, but it has not yet come. And therefore, in 2009 or 10, that point of time, N. Srinivasan, who is the BCCI chief, he had, raised a complaint against Lalit Modi, following which, of course, they went ahead and filed a complaint against him. That's called a ECIR. That's technically an FIR in the parlance of the Enforcement Directorate. An FIR was filed against him in 2012, and then the investigation has been going on. So the allegation against Lalit Modi is for corruption under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, up to $80 million. Of course, there are many others involved, but that's the first case. Remember, Gargi, the other cases are under FEMA. That's a financial violation. They cannot issue non-bailable warrants against him. They cannot arrest him also under those particular acts. But this is the sole case which is got under the Enforcement Directorate under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, in which they could do. So the next process now, we did talk to Enforcement Directorate sources, and they told us the next process will be to send this court order to the Home Ministry. There could be two direct options for the Home Ministry. One, they could contact the Interpol, and then the Interpol could contact local agencies in the United Kingdom to ensure that Lalit Modi is coming back to India. The other possibility is that the MHA in India could contact their counterparts in the United Kingdom. We have bilateral ties with them. We also have agreements signed on criminals who are absconding or not in India. So that's exactly what the MHA could be doing. There are two options: either the Interpol or they contact their counterparts in the United Kingdom. But what this largely spells for Lalit Modi is trouble, because this will, the process for bringing him back has really begun. What will he do next? Of course, he could challenge this order in the Bombay High Court or also in the United Kingdom. Gargi?
All right, so that is the big breaking news coming in. A Mumbai court issuing a non-bailable arrest warrant for former IPL chief Lalit Modi. This is after the Enforcement Directorate took up the case with the court. Tejas Mehta there bringing us the latest on that. Tejas, this is one of the many cases, as you were telling us, against Lalit Modi, and this is the one that deals with money laundering.
Exactly. In the other cases, those are FEMA violations, financial violations regarding foreign exchange under the Foreign Exchange Management Act. And per se, under that, nobody can really issue, an arrest warrant. You can't arrest somebody. These are civil, civil laws. And if you have violated them, at best, there are penalties which are issued against the particular person. So till now, all those cases were regarding that. Lalit Modi does have a point though. He has been raising repeatedly that am I an absconder? He is not an absconder till now because there was no Interpol red corner, blue corner notices. The government has not been able to produce that at all. So he had a point till now. But now, since a non-bailable arrest warrant has been issued, he needs to, come before the law, if that's exactly what he has been saying, or take any other legal recourse. But now the process will really be that he has to go, the Enforcement Directorate will either through the MHA appeal to the Interpol, issue notices against Lalit Modi, or the MHA could directly contact their counterparts in the United Kingdom government, and then the following actions can be taken. But of course, Lalit Modi, knowing him, he's not going to take this lying down. He has made it amply clear in all his tweets and interviews that he is going to fight this tooth and nail till the end to ensure that he gets some justice. He has been repeatedly saying that he is not an absconder, that he is not the sole person who is responsible. In fact, he says that he didn't even have signing authorities on the checks. It was the BCCI which was responsible. So he has completely refused to take any responsibility regarding this particular case. Of course, there will be some, like in the BJP, who are claiming that this was political vendetta against Lalit Modi. Remember what happened in 2009 at that point of time? He had opened, the Pandora's box against then, Foreign Minister Shashi Tharoor regarding his sweat equity, his wife's sweat equity in one of the IPL teams, and that's exactly, led to his resignation. And then, of course, Lalit Modi's the cases also began. So he has been repeatedly saying this is political vendetta. We all do know what he has, what even Vasundhara Raje has mentioned in that affidavit supporting his immigration application in the United Kingdom to ensure that his stay in the United Kingdom gets, some backing from well-known personalities in India. So he has always been maintaining that this is political vendetta. In fact, raising the question also that all these years have passed, where is the Interpol red corner notice against him? There was none really, but now since the court has gone ahead and granted and issued this non-bailable arrest warrant against former IPL chief Lalit Modi, what this really means is that the process really begins. Of course, Lalit Modi will be challenging this very, very vehemently and ferociously in the Bombay High Court, we suppose, and in the United Kingdom if really required. Remember, he has taken recourse there repeatedly, saying that the Congress party, there was political vendetta for many reasons. He seemed to be pro-BJP. That's the reason why the Congress was, baying for his breath. But now that the BJP itself, the BJP-led government has gone ahead and carried ahead, the legal process as far as the Enforcement Directorate is concerned. This non-bailable warrant has finally, after 3 long years, remember, has been issued. So questions by his legal team will certainly be raised that why has the government woken up after 3 long years? What was happening to the investigation? All of that, of course, we can keep aside for a moment. Those are political debates in a sense and analysis. But at this point of time, the breaking news coming from here in Mumbai that a Mumbai court, a PMLA court, that's the Prevention of Money Laundering Act court, has gone ahead and acceded to the demand of the Enforcement Directorate and has issued a non-bailable arrest warrant against Lalit Modi.